The man who turned a desert into a forest, a true story. Welcome to Learn English Through Stories. Today's story is about patience, nature, and one man's quiet work that changed the world. Story begins. Many years ago, a young man went on a long walk in the mountains of France. The land was dry. The trees were gone. The rivers had stopped flowing. There were no birds, no flowers, no green plants. It was a sad place. The young man walked for hours and saw no people. Finally, he saw a shepherd with some sheep. The shepherd was an old man. His name was Elzéard Bouffier. He lived alone in a small stone house. He had no family and no friends, but he was peaceful and kind. The young man stayed the night. The old man gave him soup and bread. They sat quietly by the fire. The next morning, the young man saw something surprising. The old man had a bag of acorns, small tree seeds. He picked the best acorns and put them in a stick. Then he walked with his stick and made small holes in the ground. In each hole, he planted one acorn. The young man asked, "Why are you planting these acorns?" The old man smiled and said, "I want to bring trees back to this land." The young man was amazed. Elzéard was not planting for money. He was not planting for fame. He was planting trees because he loved the earth. Years passed. The young man left and went to war. He forgot about the shepherd. 10 years later, he returned to the same mountains. But something had changed. The air was fresh. Birds were singing. Small trees were growing everywhere. The land was no longer dry and dead. It was green and alive. He ran to find Elzéard. The old man was still there, still planting. The man had planted 100,000 trees, oak, beech, and birch. He had planted them alone, one by one. He took care of the trees like a father takes care of his children. Many of them grew tall and strong. Soon, the wind brought seeds to other parts of the land. More plants started growing. Animals came back. Water returned to the rivers. A new forest was born. By now, people started returning to the land. They built homes. They planted gardens. They had children and started schools. They didn't know it was all because of one quiet shepherd. A man who believed in planting, not talking. A man who worked in silence, with hope in his heart. The government thought it was a natural forest. They didn't know it was the work of one man. Elzéard never asked for thanks. He didn't want anything. He just smiled and planted more trees, the message of the story. This story is real, and it teaches us something important. One person can change the world. Not with money, not with power, but with patience, love, and small actions every day. The man who planted trees didn't speak much. He just planted. He just believed. And because of him, dead land became a beautiful forest. Vocabulary practice. Shepherd, a person who takes care of sheep. Acorn, a small seed from an oak tree. Planting, putting seeds in the ground. Forest, a large area with many trees. Silence, quiet, no noise. Hope, a good feeling about the future.